I used to work for IBM as a programmer, and I quit to farm. So I don't know if that tells you how much I want to farm, or because I could have been retired, definitely retired and sitting somewhere, but I don't want that. You know, this is what I want. Raise my boys on the farm and, you know, give them everything I can as far as the country growing up. I mean, because I used to live in town, I couldn't wait to get out here.
We heard about farm rescue in the press from Findlay, and we saw the advertisement saying send in, you know, applications for this and whatever. Before that, I don't think I knew a whole bunch about it, but my husband did, and I don't know how he really knew. He's a farmer himself, so I mean, we'd heard about it here and there. Farm rescue's popular.
The whole side of my right head, my lip, all the way up to my forehead was numb. And I was just hoping it would go away. I didn't understand what it was from, but I had gotten a tooth pulled, and I thought, well, it was from that. And I called them, and they said, no, it can't be that. Well, then my right leg, all my right side was going numb, pretty consistent. And then, you know, I kept blowing it off because, you know, I wanted to finish harvest and get done, and I was getting close, you know. And of course, I didn't want to tell her because then I'd be off to the doctor right away. Which, all of a sudden, I started losing I didn't lose my vision, but I would see two different ways. Like my eyes wouldn't come together. So I did go in and get checked, and they said, well, we want to do an MRI. So went back, and in Mayville, they did an MRI, and then James called and said, yeah, I need you to come over here. I want to talk to you. And I thought, oh, shoot.
That's the doctor.
Yeah, James Mayhus is a doctor. I thought, oh, this can't be good, because usually they'll just send you a letter and say, you know, you're fit as a horse, you know. So I went over there, and he was so reluctant to tell me, because we went to college together, you know, we're pretty good friends. And so he told me, he said, well, you have, he showed me the MRI, and there were spots on the brain, and you know, he said, well, you have MS. And I kept saying, boy, have you ever seen such a big brain? I mean, I think Einstein didn't even have one this big. So he said, well, I don't understand how you're taking this. And I said, I didn't have a stroke. I don't have cancer, anything, brain tumor. I'm not going to die. I can live with this. No matter what, you can live with it. You know, I thought about my two boys right away, because you know, I'm a single parent, and they're 6 and 9, and, you know, they need me. But I stressed over it all winter long, because, like, I'd get up some mornings, and my legs were just, it's hard to explain, like I couldn't use them, and I'd bounce off the walls going down the hall, you know, and I thought, what is going on, you know? But it got better. I mean, once the rebiff started working, you know, it takes a month, I think, just to get into you, because you start out at 8 for 2 weeks, and then 22 cc's for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden they put me on 44, and that, you know, that shot can be a little difficult sometimes, but, you know, it's better than bouncing off the walls. You know, you kind of get used to that too, I think.
It's hard to hear, you know, that your brother has that, but watching his reaction to it helped. You know, I think I took it a lot harder than him, but plus I was pregnant, so you're emotional anyways. But he, you know, just seeing how he was reacting helped me, you know, because he thought it was worse. And he, you know, seems to be doing pretty good with it. I mean, yeah, you know, he's got bad days where he can't do a whole bunch.
I get tired. I really get fatigued.
Yeah, like in the field and stuff. So, I mean, I've seen him have some bad days, but then the next day he'll be just fine. But it's not fun news to hear, but as long as he takes care of himself and does the right thing, hopefully it'll be okay. The application process was fairly easy. I just had to get some information from like FSA and the bank and doctor. Can't remember what, and then just fill out some simple questions. There was stuff I didn't know, but I just kind of put, you know, If it goes through, then maybe ask Mike. I mean, there, you know, how many acres of this and that, I wasn't positive on that. And stuff, you know, the information I had to get from FSA, luckily my dad had power of attorney for him, so then he got some stuff for me too that I wasn't able to get. But yeah, it wasn't hard filling it out.
Yeah, I was just completely shocked right away. And I'm real, what do you call it, independent, and I can do everything, and I can do everything myself.
Stubborn.
Stubborn, way stubborn. She thought I was going to be mad. And it was just unbelievable, the relief I had when they told me. I mean, because I didn't know, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, because I'm real new to the MS, and I'm new to the Rebif is what I'm taking, and it makes me kind of sick sometimes. And you know, she was pregnant, and then my dad had heart trouble, and a couple months before that my mom had a heart attack. So I mean, it was just like everything was going, you know, not real good. But yeah, it was just a relief. I didn't know all this was going to happen until it happened, and all of a sudden Bill called, and I'm just kind of going, wow. You know, he's wondering what I wanted done, and I said, well, I'll let you decide. I got a 30-foot air drill, and I got a flex planter, which, you know, most of them are in the trees, but of course mine's in the shed, and I still use it. So he goes, yeah, we better plant your corn. I said, that would be just fine with me. Boy, they showed up, and boom, 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 and just about got caught in the rain, but they made it. But yeah, it was just a relief. I started smiling more. Unbelievable, the size of the equipment, and everything, all the bells and whistles, anything you'd want, you know. So it made it easier for the volunteers. All the volunteers were they were super friendly, and it was hard to keep the names straight, you know. I mean, I think there was 5 different ones here.
Very easy to talk to, get along with, very friendly and nice people.
If Kenneth is listening to this, then they didn't really know what they were doing. No, they sure did. I even rode around with them for a little bit. You know, that's some big equipment, and RDO does a unbelievable donation. You know, because, you know, not just me, but all these people. I mean, if Farm Rescue is there, we need the help. They wouldn't be there if we didn't need it.
It's wonderful what the sponsors do. I mean, to just donate all this stuff and give money towards this stuff is amazing.
It's a good cause.
Yep.
Well, and I know Carl. Carl owns Finley Motors in Finley, and he's a sponsor of one of the pickups. There's like a bunch of dealerships that are sponsoring it, and I know like Finley Farmers Elevator, they donate, and I know Irie Insurance is a big donator, and they always have been for years and years. And man, that's really nice. I mean, I know those guys pretty good. I don't get my insurance from them, but my insurance guy, he donates now too. I called him and I said, you have to donate. You should see what these guys are doing for me. So he did. So Bremer Bank and Walmart and RDO, that's just amazing what they do. I mean, to put that stuff out there, and you know, they're really helping, making a difference. And Farm Rescue is, they need all the money they can get so they can help more people, and you know, yeah, it's just unbelievable what they're doing.
If you're going to donate to someone, Farm Rescue is a very good place to put your money.
These guys are, you know, I don't know what the word is. They're just unbelievable. So friendly, and everything's put together so good.
I would definitely encourage people to apply for Farm Rescue, because that's what the program's there for. I mean, it's there to help people who need it.